with your boy, TSC. That's me. What up, family? What up, YouTube family? I'm not gonna be over here long. Give y'all a little something that I want to address right fast. You know, just some things I don't understand about certain, cultures. You know what I mean? Uh, but I'll start talking in a minute. Okay, so let's go. Um, Cultures like Muslim, Christianity, 5%, 7%. Jehovah Witnesses. You know what I'm saying? All religions, right? Uh, but it's just one religion that kind of sticks out the most. Like, I don't understand something. You have some people that's born, Muslim, right? Excuse me. Excuse me. And what I mean by born Muslim, meaning their mother and father are, they heavily in the cult of Islam. So when they're conceived and they brought to this world, they are now Muslim children. And then you also have Christianity. Like if your mother and father are saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, and you're conceived and you're brought into this world, not saying that you're a Christian or saved, but you are Christianity. You know what I'm saying? Your beliefs are Christianity. So I get that understanding, and I get the first understanding. What I really don't understand is why do grown men change their religion when they go to prison? That's what I don't understand. Why do grown men wait till they get locked up in prison? Now they want to change to Muslim. I don't understand that. That kind of bothers me. Black Cherry, good evening. How are you? How was your day? So that kind of got me a little confused. What up? That got me kind of confused. You know what I'm saying? Uh, why do some guys wait to go to prison to become Muslim? That I don't understand. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I tried that bullshit myself. Oh, that's good. That's good. My day was great. I had a great day at work when it got to the Montes. Now I'm back home with my family, and I'm doing a quick video before I eat. And then I'm gonna go around with the wife and watch a little bit of TV before I lay down because I gotta go punch the clock. But it's all cool though. You know what I'm saying? It's all good as long as she have my dinner tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? As long as she have my meal, we Gucci. But no, yeah. So I'm trying to get the understanding, like, why not become Muslim when you're on the street? Why do you have to become Muslim while you're locked up? Is it because you want to learn the culture, or is it because you need protection? That I'm not understanding. I mean, I'm really not understanding that, because if Islam is where you want to go or where you want to be, do it before you get locked up. Don't wait till you get incarcerated and then you come home. Now you peace black, peace God, Alhamdulillah, Allah. You know what I'm saying? That's not. I don't get that part. Don't get me wrong. Uh, I was snooker, honestly, and I almost went that way myself, but not Muslim though. I almost went 5%, and I was there. I just didn't get the notes. That's what I was lacking. I never got the notes. But a 5%er got me too. We was talking and stuff, and he was trying to tell me that Christianity was fake and this, that, and third, and I knew how I was raised up, you know what I'm saying? But the devil kind of intervened. You feel me? The devil really intervened that day. And he read something out of the Old Testament. And he, when he got to a certain part, he closed it. And he said, X, Y, Z, this, that, and the third. And it had me like, had me discombobulated up here. So I said, damn. So now it got me thinking, wow, the pastor been lying to me all these years? Wow, damn, are you serious? He's like, hey man, come on over here, join this side. So here I am, peace black, peace God, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and third with it, yeah, thinking I know it, feel me? And I'm gonna tell you how I snapped back into reality. I went home and tried to challenge two almighty women in my family, which was my mama and my auntie. And I went there and I tried to tackle them. And I read and I told them something out of the Old Testament, XYZ, and I really didn't know exactly how it went. And I kind of stumbled over. You know how I made those ladies cry, and they slammed me and pushed me up against that washing machine, and they went to rebuking the devil off me, and they and the biggest smile came up on my face. I said, whoa. When I left out of there, I said, yo, that was the devil. I said, wow. I said, I can't believe I made my mother and my auntie cry. I said, wow. I said, nah, that ain't for me. I said, that's not the religion for me. I said, I was brought up in the church. I said, I should know better than that. I said, but being in prison, I let this dude just say and tell me what he, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that ain't it. And I cut that crap off. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only one God, man. We serve an amazing God. And he's a jealous God. So, you know what I'm saying? Allah is the same person. They just say Allah. It's the same God, man. It's only one God. It can't be no other God. They just, instead of calling him God, they rather call him Allah. Some of the things I just don't understand. Yeah, I tried it. Yeah, only one God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I tried my mama them, but I was wrong for it. You know, and I hurt their feelings. I had to go back and I had to apologize to them. And I had to tell them I was wrong. I really did. I had to go in there and I had to hug them and tell them I was so sorry and I was wrong. I would never do that again. You know, I was just confused. And I went in there and I thought I learned some shit, but I really got confused because that wasn't right. That's why I got confused, because that wasn't right. God knew how he brought me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, with certain people, I ain't gonna say certain. When some people, say for instance, lose their mom or their dad or their grandma or brother or sister, first they say, ain't no God. If it was God, would let this happen. And then that's when they start losing their beliefs in God, and then they start going towards, you know, Islam. So I'm saying this. There's only one God. Muslim is Muslim, Christianity is Christianity. But some other things I just don't understand is, how, if you're Muslim, how can you still feel the need to want to fight? I mean, like, how can you feel the need to want to go and bust some heads? You know, I heard a guy say, you know, I ain't gonna say no names, but I heard a guy say in one of his lives, I ain't never scared. You know, supposed to be scared. People want to tempt us and try us and think I won't. You know what I'm saying? It's times I just want to go bust somebody's head, but you know, it's been 25 years since I seen prison. Don't put that in there, saying it's been 25 years since you've seen prison. If you really Muslim, say that's what it is. Don't say because you've been 25 years away from prison, you don't want to go to jail. No, I'm wiser, I'm brighter, Allah, I'm Muslim. So yeah, I'm righteous. You're not righteous. You don't have a righteous mind, righteous heart, or a righteous soul. If you still want to try and bust somebody's head. Malcolm X didn't go and try and bust somebody's head once he became full Muslim, did he? No, he didn't. If you go and look at the Godfather of Harlem, when that man gave Malcolm that gun, yeah, Malcolm took his jacket back and you could see it. But you know what Malcolm did? He seen the dude with the sawed off the double barrel. He had it just like he seen it. He looking right at the dude. But you know what he did? He had his hand on it. He looked over at his wife and his kids. He took his hand off that shit. And he looked at the dude and let himself get shot. Malcolm ain't had to die. Malcolm could have created murder, could have murdered someone. But Malcolm knew if he murdered someone, that was not righteous in the eye of Allah. In the Muslim culture, he knew that wasn't right. That's why he went ahead and took those bullets. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that's all I'm saying, man. If you're gonna be, living that life, and you want to be Muslim, quit thinking negative. Quit letting the devil call your phone or FaceTime you and tell you all types of dumb shit that they're going through. That's not your problems. That's not your problems. Muslims don't fight that type of problems. Muslims are there for equality. When the police is doing wrong, when their brother is being hurt, not a guy that's his friend or claim to be his friend. A Muslim is there to protect all costs of their Muslim brother and sisters. Like Bumpy Johnson out there doing all types of shit. Malcolm ain't run out one time to that man and help him. Go out there and murder nobody, beat up on nobody. He tried to change that man. That's what real Muslims do. They're so righteous and so uplifting to where they're gonna try and pull you out of any type of bullshit that you're in. They're gonna, and if you're that, try to pull you out of it. You know what I'm saying? Not telling you to come and be Muslim, but they try to get you to change your thinking. So therefore, all them years of him, being in jail or whatever the case may be, and coming Muslim, then coming out on the streets again, and you still got that type of thought in your head, you need to do some reassessments in your mind. Well, reevaluating in your mind. I ain't gonna say no reassessments. I'm sorry. Reevaluating need to go on in your mind, because that's not it. If someone has something to say to your friend, that guy should be able to call your phone and tell you what he got going on. Then you jumping on your live, talking what you talk. That don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? That really don't make sense to me. I'm not understanding. So, like I said, I ain't gonna be up here long. I just want to talk that. But if you're Muslim and you're full Muslim and you know that's how you live that life. You're not in the streets no more. You're not a street dude anymore. You are a Muslim now. So get that street thought out your brain. Get that out your brain. Muslims don't think like that. Not real Muslims. Real Muslims don't think like that. Not at all. They don't think about going to harm nobody. I know for a fact I got a cousin that's full blown and he don't think like that. Facts. My big cousin don't even think like that. He don't even live that way. He have no ill will intentions or thoughts on his brain. None of that. Everything he talking straight positive. There's nothing negative that comes out of his mouth. But some of these guys, man, some of you guys, man, I just don't get y'all. I just don't get y'all, man. I really don't. I think some of you guys became Muslim in jail because you were scared to walk around on that rock. You were scared that Muslims gonna put their hands on you. So you ran and got up with the Muslims. And I know that's for a fact. Because the prison yard that I went to, it was this little skinny little dude with glasses. I swear to God, little light-skinned little dude, and he had a lot of mouth. I mean, lot of mouth. And we used to tell him like, yo, man, watch your mouth, man. You know you in prison, dude. You gonna mess around, somebody gonna bust your head. He had a lot of mouth. That kid went and became Muslim for protection. Yeah, right, Black Cherry. Exactly. They did it for protection. That's exactly what he did. The kid was from Gaffney, South Carolina, too. I never forget this. He looked just like Steve Urkel. And the Muslim guys that he ran to for protection, they was from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Right around my neck of the woods. So once they found out where I was from, we was cool. But they knew I wasn't trying to be Muslim. I used to watch them pray, all that stuff. I used to play cards with them. I used to go chill with them because they was from Myrtle Beach. You know what I'm saying? So when he joined them, he coming out of his mouth messed up to me. So I was kind of trying to ignore him. I'm like, I'm gonna ignore this dude until push came to shove, and I couldn't take it no more. So I tried to whip his ass. He ran. He ran to the Muslim brothers. They came to hem me up, like came around me. Ain't nobody grabbed me or nothing, but they came around me. And they wanted to know what the animosity was. What's the problem? Now I told them. This little dude got too much mouth. Excuse me. And they said, but he one of us. I said, I know now. I said, yeah, I understand. I said, but y'all don't talk like how he talk. I said, he's not y'all. I said, he came to y'all for protection. And they straight said it don't matter how he came. This, that, the third. They asked me just to leave him alone. And I left him alone. I left him alone because they from South Carolina, close to where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I left him alone. Other than that, I'd have cracked his head. But they came to me like men, and they asked me, well, he's a boss. He's in the Muslim culture, and we need you to leave him alone. Say less. I left him alone. I didn't say anything else to him. He didn't say nothing else to me. When he did try to talk to me, I just walked away from him. I didn't want to talk with him. I know I still want to bust his head open. But man, these my homies, and we from the same PD area, and you from somewhere else, upper state. But you joined the Muslim community, you couldn't rock with your own upstate people because they didn't want to fuck with you either. They wanted to whip your ass. So, you know what I'm saying? So once they said what they said and I said what I said, I just left them alone. Say less. Won't bother them. I ain't said nothing else to them. Later on in the dorm that night, we all had made some setups and shit. We all sitting around talking and eating. And I told him what the deal was. Like, yo, he's fake. He's phony. He came to y'all for protection. I told him what he said, and while I was about to crack his head, he said, damn. I said, yeah. And so y'all should have let me crack his head. They said, we can't do that. Because he's Muslim. We can't do that. We'd have had to jump you, man. And we can't do that because you're PD. I said, right. He said, PD can't be fighting in here because we all got to stick together. Against Charleston, Greenville, Spartanburg, all that shit. I said, right. So, it was what it was. It is what it is. Left it alone. So, all I'm saying is this. Quit letting, to the Muslim, quit letting the ones who talk all this noise, and then when you confront them about some shit, first thing he do is call your phone. He's a grown man. What can you do for this grown man? You can't take up for this grown man? That grown man got to defend himself. I hit this grown man up like a real man and said what I said like a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing I said was just to him at the end of the day, leave my name out your mouth. Period. Leave my name out your mouth. If you felt like I offended you, then you said, then that person said, if I had anything to say, I would have said it to your face. Okay, so I left that alone. I know you wouldn't have did that either, so I wasn't finna go back and forth with you. I know I could have easily typed and said, nigga, you wouldn't have did that either. Boy, no, you wouldn't. But I just left it alone because I said what I said and I was done with it. But then you run, hey, let me tell you what's going on. It ain't none of that person's business, man. At the end of the day, that man's Muslim. Let that man live his life. But you got this man who's Muslim jumping on lives, talking this and talking that. He's not showing righteousness. No type of righteousness at all, man. There's no type of righteousness in that. So, if you're Muslim, be Muslim. If you're righteous, stay righteous. Quit letting these dudes, tell you what's going on with them, and you sitting there trying to take up for them and stuff like that. Stay in your culture. Live your culture to the fullest. And let the ones who's not Muslim and the ones who's being fake and phony, Christianity, that's out here running their mouth, and when you check them, Quit letting them run you, telling you stuff, and then you jumping up here trying to be Captain Save a Grown Man. Straight up. You can't be Captain Save a Grown Man. I know it's always Captain Save a Hoe, but no, you can't say that. You can be Captain Save a Grown Man. You can't be Captain Save a Grown Man. I'm sorry. We all in our 50s. And if you still got to protect a guy that's in his 50s, there's something wrong with you. And that's why I'm going to leave it like that. So, I want to say, thank y'all for tuning in to TTTP, Tell the Truth Podcast with your boy, TST. That's me. Y'all have a good evening. I love y'all.